rather than having this rushed situation where you have to write down 38 things, you need to look at tomorrow and say, okay, what are the really critical things that I need to accomplish? And what are the things that can be, as you said, that you can say no to? We have two other words that you can prune back or renegotiate. Mm-hmm. And so in the evening, we want people to think, and here's where the problem is. And I'm so excited. I feel like I'm a secret Santa, or a secret person sharing the things that are going to happen. If people write 5 things on their list to do, it might be like prepare marketing budget for 2017, or go and make sure that I have time for coffee with a friend, or like clean up my desk. Here's the problem is they put those things on your to-do list and you can't clean up your desk. It's actually not something you can do. What you can do, that would actually be a project, not something you could do. Here's the key, is that the 7-minute life is helping people break things down on their to-do list from projects, anything that takes you more than 20 minutes to complete as a project, down into micro actions. That's the secret. So, for example, let me explain what I mean. If you have on your to-do list, I want to clean up my desk, that's going to take longer than 20 minutes. So in the evening, when you take your 7 minutes and you've prioritized the 3 or 4 or 5 things that you're going to do, clean up the desk is on there. It's going to take, say, an hour and a half. What we have to do, and what we do in those 7 minutes, is we break them down. First thing you need to do is you need to decide what stack are you going to work on first. And so you say, I'm going to file first. Well, that you can probably do in 20 minutes. The second thing is I'm going to throw away everything on my desk that's broken, all the pens that don't. I have no idea why we keep pens that don't work. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off all the Post-it notes that are going to be on my desk, and I'm either going to file them or I'm going to schedule them on my desk. On my calendar. So we want to break down every single thing so that they can take one project at a time. And if they say they're going to file, they file. If they say they're going to just get their little notes that are all over the desk, they get the notes. If they say they're going to clean out one drawer, they clean out one drawer. And here's the power of that. You can't come into the office and say, clean up desk, because you're going to leave the day not having finished that task. But if you come in and you say, I'm going to clean up my left drawer, and you clean up your left drawer, you get that check mark. You've taken that micro action, you've started it, you've finished it, and it is off your list. So we need to break these things down. We do that 7 minutes at a time. Now, what would happen if every day you would sit down and take 7 minutes, like you said, to create the 5, what we call highest value micro actions? If you would write them on, we use a daily progress report, which is one of the tools that I've created for people to help them organize their life. They need a written plan of action. If you would take 7 minutes in the evening to write down just 5 things that you can start and finish within 20 minutes, mark them off your list. In a week, in 7 days, you would have done 5 things a day times 7 days. You would have accomplished, started and finished 35 tasks.
Wow. So let me stop you here for a minute. First of all, I thought the 7 minutes in the evening, I'm just supposed to think, but I'm not. I'm supposed to make a list of my 5 whatevers that I want to do. Is that right?
Yes, the 5 before 11, and the morning is coming. So that's a great question. So I'm going to ask if you can just, again, because I know your listeners are wondering, what are you hearing about this 7 minutes, and how can I make it more clear?
No, well, I think, now that I understand I'm supposed to take that 7 minutes to write down my tasks, I thought I was supposed to just let my mind, kind of think and wander and so forth. But I'm wondering about the other 7 minutes that we haven't gotten to yet.
Yes, and the
14 minutes. So
that's right, 14 minutes, 7 in the evening and 7 in the morning. So in the evening, you're just brainstorming. And then you're taking those things and prioritizing them and breaking them down if they're projects.
And in the morning,
the world changes. So things you thought you could do last night, you've gotten this plan, all of a sudden you walk into your day and everything kind of takes a twist, all these things that kind of change in the middle of the night or in the first 10 minutes you walk in. So in the bottom 7 minutes in the morning, you renegotiate with yourself and you look at it and say, okay, maybe my priorities have changed. I mean, it happens every day to me. And so now in the morning, you try to renegotiate that list and make mental and physical commitments. And you may not be able to get 5 things done. You may only be able to get 3 things because someone's just put this unexpected thing on your desk. The key is getting something done, just like you said on your to-do list. How good does it feel if you just get 2 things done? So the morning is kind of a reality check of renegotiation.
Okay, so now we've just got a few minutes left. So what is our 4th circle?
The 4th circle is the 7 minutes. It's writing it down, making that commitment to take the 7 minutes in the evening and the 7 minutes in the morning. So it's 24 hours, 1,440 minutes. The life-changing part of this is to take 1% of your time, 14 minutes, 7 in the evening, 7 in the morning, and it can change your life. Absolutely.
Wow. You know, it's funny because I've taught time management in the past, and one of the things that I've said to people, you know, especially because I'm working with people who are working, because I would do this in businesses, I would say, you better have your day pretty well lined up, because when you walk in, someone's going to say to you, do you have a minute? And if you don't know what is on your agenda for that day, you're not going to be able to answer that as quickly and as firmly as you need to, because everybody will come at you to take your time. So I think this is a great idea, Allyson. I mean, at night, you know, think about what you've done and what you want to get done the next day. And in the morning, you know, see if it's the same and if you have to renegotiate anything. And it's interesting because people always talk about when you get up in the morning, be assertive, say your affirmative sayings, and, you know, do all of these things. Well, I can tell you when I get up, it's the first thing I take care of are the animals, because they'll not let me have a minute of peace until I do that. And it usually takes me 10 to 15 minutes to do the food and the kitty litter and the cleaning and all of that. And then I can finally think about me, you know, but I think it's very interesting, you know, how you approach this. So first of all, before we go any further, I want to make sure everybody knows how to get in touch with you. So your website is the 7minutelife.com, but the 7 is the number 7. So if you want to reach Allyson and find out about all her great skills, and not only that, her fun way of approaching this, which I think is important, go to the 7minutelife.com. Do you want them to get in touch with you any other way, Allyson?
Yes, and it's really simple. If you just type in 7 minutes with the number 7 minutes, you're going to find us. And one of the keys, I think, is when you go to the website, if you go to the 7minutelife.com and /free report, free-report, this is the top 3 time management mistakes and how to correct them. So they can certainly get some free things from us. They can reach us at our phone. You know, what we really do is we don't just sit and have one conversation on the radio. So, Gail, I love that you do this all the time, because what you're doing is reinforming and offering ideas over and over again. So what you do is incredibly important. But we have dozens of tools. We have webinars every Tuesday. You know, we're really teaching people to get out of the mindset that they can get everything done. It's not true. And we want them to not be overwhelmed. We want them to reconnect with their purpose and their priorities and have a life that isn't in that insanity test, but really is meaningful.
Well, you know, we could have talked to Allyson for a wonderfully longer time, but unfortunately we're out of time. But I want to say that you should all go to her website, the 7minutelife.com, because she's got a lot of tools there for you. It'll help you. It'll let you get organized. It'll allow you to live regret-free, have less stress in your life, and accomplish so much more with less effort, which is what this is all about. So again, my guest has been Allyson Lewis. Her website is the 7. Remember, it's the number 7, the 7minutelife.com. And golly, thanks so much, Allyson. It has been absolutely wonderful. I got my circles drawn. I'm going to be using this, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.